Yo, guys, what's going on? What's going on?
What's up?
How's it
Hey,
going? Episode. Did you hear that? You know what? Let's ignore it. 121.
One.
Holy shit.
we've done 121 of these. That's
That's
upsetting.
one too many.
Yeah, we need to stop immediately. As you guys can see, Eric is not with us tonight. He is not feeling very well. So we have Jason. How's it going, Jason?
Going pretty well, guys. Going pretty well.
Sweet.
Jason.
Yeah, Jason's always here for us at the last minute, and we really appreciate him for everything that he does for Winterhouse Gaming. So everybody give him a real quick round of applause.
Hey, Jason, how does it
clap.
feel to know that we only call you in when people are sick?
It makes me feel important, actually, that I'm the first one on deck.
You
though.
really are. Whenever something happens, whenever I need an emergency or anything like that, it's like Jason, boom. I can count on him every single time. We all.
I don't know what just happened, Dave, but your voice skyrocketed.
Yeah, kind of like how I can count on every single podcast. You get super gainy.
I'm not. Did that fix it?
Oh yeah, you're fine now, but it was just funny because it was just out of the blue.
It's so weird. I have no idea why that happens, but you know what? It's just the way that it's going to be for some reason.
Life goes on.
It really does. So we have a few things happening in the gaming world. We're still having some discussions about games being ported over to Sony. One particular one we were just talking about, and I'm
Someone's
kind of
got
curious.
control issues.
Yeah. So it is Control issues. Control is the game that we're talking about now. I want to read something real quick from the publishers. And
Can you
this
read?
is something that kind of blows my mind a little bit because it's categorizing people in different levels and it's kind of, basically Tony said it, okay? Look, it's kind of hurting poor people, all right? People who can only afford the original $60 version and not the ultimate complete version.
Yeah, fuck them poor people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
those
exactly
people.
Yeah, so listen to this. This is from the developer. And we're definitely going to get right into it. While it's challenging bringing any game to next-gen platforms, we quickly realized it was even more difficult to upgrade our current user base to next-gen with full parity across platforms with our year-old game. Every avenue we pursued, there was some form of blocker, and those blockers meant that at least one group of players ended up being left out of the upgrade for various reasons. As of today, we can't offer an upgrade to everyone, and leaving any one group out feels unfair. So he keeps saying group. And this actually kind of bothers me because it does separate people who can afford something and people who can't.
Yeah, it really does. And the unfortunate thing is I definitely would love to play Control on PS5 with, just optimized graphics and textures and
Right.
lighting and
But
the ray
not spend the
tracing.
extra.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Because I
Exactly.
already own the game.
Yeah.
So it seems odd to me that they're categorizing people in that sense because I mean we do this in real life with other things, but there's got to be a way, okay? If other games can do it, other developers, why can't this type of company who's made a very large amount of money on this pull through for everyone? You
I mean,
shouldn't
even
categorize someone.
So
Go ahead.
the weird thing too, you said that a company that's made a large amount of money. The weird thing is too, they made more money on Control than they actually thought that they were going to make. So clearly, Control has been fairly successful.
Well, absolutely. I mean, and when that surprise type stuff happens, you think that they want to do everything they can for the gamers. Now, what if there was a small price instead of just saying, "Hey, here's you guys can do it if you paid $129? Is that the complete when it first came out?"
Control Complete Edition.
Yeah.
So when Control first
80 to
came out, it
100.
was just they only had two versions, which was the special edition, which I got, which included all of the DLC.
And how much was that?
Came with a steelbook. That was only $69.
Okay, so
It was not that much.
right.
I mean, that's
So
not bad.
it was still
As
more
far
than what
as, like,
people some people wanted to pay.
Well, yeah, but then again, you got the physical collectors of stuff, which, you know, whatever. I'm not going to get into that whole thing
Right.
that I like, but it's a portion of it. You know, people want that stuff, but it's less than some steel books and special editions are in general. So,
Right. So it's separating people into two different categories here, and if they were allowed to go to PlayStation 5 but have to pay a very small amount for the extra DLCs that they don't have, you know, like the season pass, I think that should be a thing. Now, maybe it's going to, I don't know, but to categorize people, you know, let's call them the poor folk or the rich folk, whatever. I think it's absolutely wrong. I think it's wrong. I think they should figure out a way to make it work. Because if that game's going to make it work, the complete edition, why doesn't the other edition work? Right?
It's the same game.
It seems really weird.
It's
it seems
just the
very
same
odd.
game without DLC.
Yeah. Now, I'm not a coding expert or anything, but if you code the first part of the game, just use that over here for these people. Does that make any sense, Jason?
It makes plenty of sense, but it's a profit thing, I think, at the end of the day.
Well, it's all
They probably
profit,
made-
dude. It's all
it's
profit. What are
always
you
profit.
talking about?
It's only profit.
Yeah, right. I mean, there's other developers that are just going to say, fuck you guys, you got to buy it all over again.
Yeah, which I'd rather have that instead of splitting it down the middle.
I mean, we all see
Either
what,
it gets upgrade or you pay for it again.
right.
Not 50-50.
We all saw what happened in Skyrim. You know, it's the same concept. There was no upgrade. There was nothing like that. But if you're promising no upgrade at all, that's fine. That's fine. Just don't upgrade it. You have to buy it again no matter what. Hands down.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. But don't promise it for half of the people and the other half, fuck them. Right?
Yeah, that's the issue.
It makes me angry.
I mean, especially me too, because I love Control. Control's like one of my favorite games. And now that I have to buy it again when I bought Control digitally day one, and then I bought for collector's purposes because I loved the game so much, the Steelbook edition
Exactly.
with all of the DLC. So like, I don't want to buy the game a third time, you know, twice.
Let me
is
take
enough.
a real quick second to say hello to everybody in chat. How you guys doing? I see your comments on here. Also, Pearly, thank you very much for the 500 stars, 7-week streak. We really appreciate that. Tony, what do you think about all that? Like, how do you feel about that whole scenario?
I mean, I kind of regret buying Control the first time.
2 weeks
But
ago.
that's just me. So I'm already biased. But
Have you played it yet?
I have played it. I'm not super far into it, but two things I am not a fan of. Ironically, the controls. They're
That is ironic.
janky. I've tried messing with them, and just
Really? You find them janky? That's quite
the way that she runs, it just feels so. It feels too video gamey, like very arcadish, and not like enough of like a sim. And I know that you have to play through the story to understand really what's going on, but I hate the fact that when you start the game off, probably for the first 2.5 to 3 hours, there's this kind of like unspoken, like your character already knows more about what's happening than you do, so you have zero context of what's actually going on, because they talk about
weird.
these people in these places like they expect you to already know who these people are or what this place is, and I'm like, bro, I just started this game 20 minutes ago and I'm eating a piece of pizza. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Explain it to me.
Even Death Stranding explained it way better, and that was confusing as fuck.
I mean, Control's just one of those games, like, you're not going to fully understand everything until the end of the game. That's just the way it is, and it's
Right.
just part of it. So it's definitely not meant for everyone, and I can see that, you know, it might not necessarily be your cup of tea, Tony.
I still have to play it. I haven't even turned it on yet. I don't even think it's downloaded. But I really do want to play it because I think, well, your recommendation, Kelly, to play it, and it looks so unique that I'm
It's
definitely
very
going to give it.
unique.
I'm definitely going to give it its due diligence before the PlayStation 5 comes out because I won't be able to play it on PlayStation 5 because evidently I'm part of the poor
Yeah.
folk.
Yeah, none of
I
us will.
think I'll
'Cause
wait
I'm
to
not.
buy it on PS5 at this point.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it a third time.
If I would have thought about it, I actually would have waited. Now,
What's the complete edition is going to be like? What, $60?
probably because it's launching on
Yeah.
PlayStation 5.
I mean, I got the game for $20 2 weeks ago at Target. So, in the grand scheme of things, that I didn't, I'm way better off than most people because I didn't buy the game when it launched at $60. I waited until a sale.
Yeah.
So buying it again with all the DLC won't really be that bad because I already have to buy the DLC. If I were to buy it right now, it'd cost me $40 anyway. So whatever.
but if your edition doesn't work on PlayStation 5, are you less likely to purchase the DLC?
If the version that I have doesn't work on PS5, I mean, now that I know that there's a complete edition that's going to come out for PS5, like there's no way in hell I'm buying the DLC now.
Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna wait, and you might
Yeah.
buy the whole complete edition for PS5, but you might not.
I mean, and the funny thing is, I act like I'm not going to finish the game. It's a really cool game. It's got some really interesting combat. I like the powers. I do actually like. I'm still interested in the game. I'm going to finish it at some point. But now that I know that Control and Alan Wake and Quantum Break are all kind of connected in this universe,
They're
I
in
feel
the same
almost-
game universe.
Yeah. Now that I kind of know that information, I feel almost somewhat obligated to play all three of them to get a complete
Makes
picture.
sense.
And I'm already way too deep in my backlog, to even pretend that I'm actually going to do it.
Have you been working on your backlog? Is that what you're doing?
I'm getting the platinum for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night right now.
Yeah.
And that's really about it.
Yeah.
That's all that's on my plate. I can't handle
So-
any more.
Yeah, no, I totally hear you, and I'm worried about. I'm definitely gonna try Control before PlayStation 5 releases because there's so many things going on right now that the second PlayStation 5 releases, I might never touch it again. I definitely
True.
might not. I mean, I'm just gonna move on to anything that's coming out for that system, but. I think did Xbox Series X release their price? Did I see $599?
I thought I saw.
I haven't heard
but,
anything
you know.
official.
I think I saw $599, but that's what I was wondering about, having it be official or not. If that's the case, I think PlayStation can kind of take a sigh of relief because I think that they thought they were going to have to kind of lowball their system quite a bit for, the whole competition. But if they're lucky, it's either going to be the same or they might just go down to $550. That would be good for us, but it also is going to be about $150 more than I thought it was going to be because of the console wars.
Xbox Series X rumored for mid-November release at $499.
$499. Okay, yeah. So the $599 was speculation. $499. Now, what's the source on that?
Games Radar.
Games Radar. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not
Right.
like some weird back channel like freedom.eagle or something.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's acceptable. I mean, a lot of systems are around that price anyway, and they're going to have a
And that
digital
was-
only version, I'm sure. And
That was 1 day ago.
1 day ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fine. That means that PlayStation should be around that same price or $50 in either direction.
Yep.
So I think that's completely
I
acceptable.
would assume so.
That means that the Xbox Series X might be a next year thing for me. Probably not a this year thing for me. Already kind of done kind of crazy and gone overboard this year as far as buying things. Jason has some fantastic news for him and I, and really for anybody else that loves this certain game as much as we do. So Jason, I'm going to let you go at it, buddy.
Yeah.
So today they released a teaser for the final Borderlands 3 DLC.
They did.
And all the teaser was Krieg. If you remember, he was a DLC Vault Hunter from 2, just, trying to be at peace with his mind because he is a bit crazy. and they're releasing a full trailer in 5 days.
Yes. Okay. So you saw the guy. What are those? I don't even know what those characters are called. He was kind of sitting cross-legged in like the Om position.
Pretty much meditating.
Meditating. What do you think that means? That means something.
I think we're finally. This might be a whole backstory just for his character.
Really?
Because when his character rolled up on the scene, he was a psycho. He had, his normal voice and then a more sophisticated voice in his head that narrated.
Right.
So we might get to the bottom of who he actually is.
That could be really interesting because the last few, I did get too involved as much as I wanted to in the guns one, the last one that they had, and we kind of pushed through it fast. I mean, really, really fast.
We really did, yeah.
Yeah. So we didn't enjoy it as much as the Tentacles one, which I thought was fantastic. That was by far my favorite one. Opening all the doors, or just going up to the doors and like hearing all the people inside of it talking. That was probably my favorite part, I think. But I hope that they release it quick because this is another thing that I want to come out before, and I think it will, before the new gen comes out. I don't know if Borderlands 3 has been confirmed yet for PlayStation 5, if we can just play it on PlayStation 5. But I would really like to have this come out before that happens. I think once I start that last DLC, number 4 for Borderlands 3, I might not touch it until the next Borderlands.
That's part of the season pass, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that is part of the season pass.
I was gonna say I would have been real pissed if it like followed the Final Fantasy like 15 model, where you had like the first 4 and then they came out with more DLC after like what was promised in the season pass.
This is the
still
final
have to pay
promised DLC.
Yeah.
So.
Let me just take a real quick moment to thank Nils. Nils, thank you very much for the 100 stars. I really appreciate that. I definitely think you need sleep there, buddy. Also, James, thank you very much for popping your head in and giving us 10 stars. That's a 15-week streak for James, 19-week streak for Nils. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate that. I wonder why do games only do 4 DLCs? You notice how there's always 4?
Yep.
I wonder why that is. I never thought about it until just now. That's too involved, right? Too involved question. Broke system. Now, you can only go so far with DLCs anyway. I mean, you don't want to have 10 DLCs, You want to be able to make the next game and then, ultimately sell that and make a fuck ton of money. But
right.
I wonder why. I think I've always wondered why there was only 4 DLCs. Why not 2? Why not 5? You know what I mean? Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kelly and I actually have. It's not really an announcement thing, but we've got ourselves some steering wheels.
Yeah,
we got ourselves
these
kind of small racing simulators, and I've never used one before in my life. And I will tell you what, it is a treat. And if you've never used one before, playing SnowRunners was kind of a good jump into that because it was really slow. But we crashed into everything, and I actually found it harder.
Hey.
What?
I think you crashed into everything.
I did.
A lot.
Yeah.
I didn't really crash into too much. Yeah.
And I won't tell anybody who won that race the other day. We're going to keep that quiet.
I definitely won that.
So,
because the rules weren't set in stone. All right.
Exactly. Yeah. So Kelly actually has been playing constantly all his racing games, and he's more of a racer. But I'm excited for him and I to actually do some long races together, which is something that we plan on for the future. Kelly, what's been in your experience with these particular games you've been playing?
Yeah. So I tried SnowRunners, and SnowRunners is actually really cool with it.
If you don't have auto reverse, God, that pissed me off so bad.
I know.
I had to hit the brake, the park and brake every single time I stopped.
It's a really cool experience with it, but been playing a PC game called BeamNG Drive with it, and that's a lot of fun. But the best experience that I've had with the pedal, brake, clutch, and shifter so far has actually been Gran Turismo Sport.
Nice. Okay.
It's really optimized for that game, and it feels absolutely flawless.
Yeah.
So
It feels calibrated the way that it's supposed to.
exactly.
Did you have to do any
So,
tweaking for it?
Not much at all.
Not much at all.
I
That's
changed
good.
the force feedback amount, but that's all that I changed,
Yeah.
and it was only by a little bit. So
Yeah. Crank it all the way up, it might throw you out the window.
exactly.
Yeah. So so we're gonna be doing some races in the future, that's for sure, and we'll do some bets too. I think that'd be fun. Do some bets.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a racing guy by any means. Kelly is, so it might be hilarious. And when we do, we will announce it because I know how you guys like to ridicule me when I hit everything and when I flip the vehicles.
But that's
Oh,
the best
Dave.
part, actually.
Dave will
Exactly.
be doing a lot of flipping.
Doing a lot of flipping. That's right.
Yeah.
Shane just said something here. I read once 4 DLCs average a 2-year span. That gives them time to finalize their next game. That makes sense. You know, you separate it out one half a year, the other half, and then that gives you a 2-year time span.
Yep.
A lot of these games have been taking about 5 years average to
Around
build.
4 to 5
Sometimes
years.
longer, sometimes
It
shorter.
depends on the game.
Right.
And
So
the
that's
ambitions.
understandable. You know, once they finish it, and then they add the DLCs, they have 2 years to kind
Smaller, more multiplayer focused games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, games like that typically take 2 to 3 years just because they want to crank them out
right.
quick cash makers. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, that's so yeah, back to the whole steering wheel thing. It's definitely been interesting. I haven't used it to the extent that you have, using the shifter or anything like that. I imagine I might be fairly good at it because I'm pretty good at driving a stick anyway.
the only
So-
thing that's kind of weird and it throws me off, and I mentioned this to you, was not being able to feel the vibrations of the clutch when you push it in to actually grab a gear. But it really doesn't change too much because if you know how to use a clutch, you can figure it out.
You think they would have added a little vibrator inside the pedal?
That would be cool.
So like when
Yeah,
you're
that
pressing the
would've been cool.
gas, I mean, when you really hit the gas, you could feel it.
Exactly.
That little feedback there would be pretty cool. All right, let's see. One thing I saw the other day, which I thought was interesting, one of you guys, or it might be one of our community members, actually put in our Discord, which is link is in the description if anybody's interested. When a gun jams in a game, and you guys can correct me, you might have saw that.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about the haptic.
The trigger
the
button is
haptic
actually going to
feedback.
lock.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you see that?
I did.
That
That's
sounds like a
pretty cool.
fantastic mechanic. I actually really like that. It's going to drive me crazy. I'm probably going to swear a lot. But other than that, I think it's a really cool mechanic.
It's going to be realistic. That's cool.
Yeah. So it's going to be like in Borderlands, Jason, when my
Oh yeah, I
gun
know that.
when my gun doesn't fucking reload. No, you know what I'm talking about. I'm like, guys, I can't reload my gun. Like, what the fuck is happening here?
It happened for several streams too, actually.
Several streams, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna run around and melee people, or I'm just gonna run around, pick things up, and you guys just have fun, have a good time. having the trigger jam, stuff like that, stuff that's a little more immersive for next gen. I think those small things are really, really important because
Yeah, I agree.
PS4 and the Xbox One, they have raised the bar as far as, you know, the graphics that we use and a whole bunch of other things for consoles. And where do you go from there? You know what I mean? PlayStation went into the VR world. Xbox went into the cloud gaming world. But where else do you go? So adding small things like that, I think, are really, really
Dildos.
important.
Dildos. That's where they're
PlayStation
going
dildos.
next. Yep.
That's right. Right.
Yep.
You know, but it is what it is. Now, Tony,
Yeah.
I want to know about your Fall Guys experience. I really want to know. I missed that. I was really bummed last week. But I heard you guys had a good time, and I'm curious about your experience with it
He
specifically.
didn't hate it as much as I thought he did.
Yeah, it was actually pretty fun for what it is. And it's probably one of the only kind of those games that I realistically play again.
It's a
But
lot of fun. Go ahead.
It's simple enough where you can actually feel like you're making some progress, because it's not too heavily reliant on the skill of other people.
Right.
You know,
You really
versus
can't.
your
I
own.
mean, you can't rely on anyone. I mean, you really, you can grab a hold of someone. I've actually saw someone, they both jumped at the same time, and someone grabbed a hold of them and almost like leaped again over them. Now that's a dirty move, but if you can do it, take it full
Do it.
advantage.
That's cool. Yeah,
One of
I
my
want to
favorite-
try that.
One of my favorite things about the game is when you're doing the part with where the doors, like you got to figure out which door opens, and you're
Yeah.
all running to it, and all of a sudden one door opens, and there's 60 people crowding into this one door, and it's just a pile of bodies just jumping. For
Yeah.
some reason, that's my favorite part.
See, at that point, I just use the strategy of I'm gonna hang back
Yeah, I'm just
for a
gonna wait.
minute. I'm gonna let everyone else fuck up.
Yeah, you guys just fight for a minute and give me just a few seconds. Now,
Yeah.
Carrie, my girlfriend, does not play any games, but she
What?
played for 2 hours the other day with Chris in the living room, and she couldn't get past the first level, but that's fine. She still played it and she kept trying it,
Yeah.
and I was impressed. I couldn't believe it. That was the closest we've ever gotten to making Carrie a gamer.
Well, if she enjoyed it, maybe she'll play it again.
I call that progress.
Well, dude, that is progress. One of these days, if we're playing it again, I'm definitely gonna have her play with you guys, and just kind of go at it and see what happens.
Yeah, it's a good time. Fall Guys is a good time.
It really is.
I am surprised that I like it as much as I do. It turned in from a game that I like into a game that I love. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you
So-
kind of embraced it quite hard.
I did. I did quite a lot.
When he
It's
likes
good.
when he
It's
likes
good
something
fun.
and is good at something, he kind of sticks with it a little bit longer.
It's true.
It's hey,
I don't
that's the same
find
for
many
all of us,
damn
man.
things that I'm good at. So,
Yep. Yeah, as long as it's not Uno,
yeah.
we'll be all right.
yep.
Jason, you ever play Fall Guys yet?
No, I have not because I've been busy.
Playing Fallout.
Yeah, that's pretty much why.
I like how you're like, dude, I have a life. I'm fucking busy. But all you're doing is playing Fallout. Fuck that guy right
Yep.
there. This guy over here. Specifically. You have to do us a favor. Did you download it for free on PlayStation?
Oh, it's for free on PlayStation?
Yeah.
You might
I
want to
did
do
not
it
know that, no.
after the podcast. I need you to download it.
Yeah, I'll
Because
go do it right now. You guys can watch me do
because I need you to try it because I want to know. I don't know. I just want to witness this.
Yeah.
I really want to witness this.
I didn't know it was a free game. That's why.
Yep.
so.
Yeah.
Free
Now,
on PlayStation.
you'll go
it's
into
also
it.
on Steam, but
You'll
it's not
go
free
into
there.
it and it'll say $14.99 or $20.99, and on the
Yeah.
other side it just says download. Just click download.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of deceiving, but it's okay.
It's a little
Um,
weird.
Now, this game is adorable, and it's actually taking everything by storm. Even with the errors that are happening, it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't, and it doesn't seem to bother anyone else. One of our buddies, his name's Bobby Wasabi. Something I want to talk about just for a sec, because it has to do with Fall Guys. He actually posted a video, and all of you might have seen it if you keep an eye on iFunny. It's circulating on there. It's circulating on Twitter a little bit. He actually posted a video on how to win with the floor that falls out from under you. And it's really kind of a simple task because I actually did it the first time. I'm like, oh, you just kind of go from one to the other and you go real slow. And then you can actually do that all the way down the whole entire thing and you can potentially win. Well, this other TikToker, is that what they're called? TikTokers?
Yeah.
I don't know what the
Something
word
like
is.
that.
Okay, they're TikTokers. He was actually blasting Bobby Wasabi. Now this is a friend of ours. So when I saw him on iFunny, I was like, "What the fuck? I'm pretty sure that's Bobby Wasabi." And they were actually this guy was blasting him, and Ninja actually retweeted and said, "Look, if you don't play to win, why the fuck are you playing?" Right? Everybody wants to win. Everybody, yeah, you want to have a good time too, but ultimately, if you win, you feel pretty fucking good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is. So I thought it was really cool that, someone that we know was being, first of all, blasted online because it was kind of funny, but kind of annoying at the same time. And he also got recognized that particular video. Well, it took out his watermark, so only that video without his watermark actually got retweeted. So, but that was very cool. Ninja's a very big influencer, and it's always cool to see your face on something that he's done. That's all right. Have you guys seen Medieval Dynasty?
Nope.
You guys
I've never even heard of it.
Okay. It's going to be on early access on September 17th. It's something that I've been looking at kind of close, and it's kind of like a It's hard to kind of explain. It's full open world, 3D landscapes. Evidently, the graphics on this are going to be absolutely fantastic. There's going to be 18 different buildings, so various levels that you can do with haystacks, all that stuff, stone mansions you can build in this. It's kind of like an advanced Rust, and I like games like that as long as it's multiplayer, which I can't imagine it won't be. But Medieval Dynasty, you should take a look at it because it's something I'm going to probably definitely get. So, a lot of these things have kind of gone under the radar, but that's okay. What are you going to do? All right. Let's take a look here. Jason.
Yo.
Jason.
Yes.
You kind of got your hand on a PC recently.
Yes.
Have you ever had a gaming PC? Ever?
I've had a MacBook Pro, and that's it.
I said gaming PC.
I know. I'm just saying what I've only had, and it came nothing close to this.
So he got a hell of a deal. I was actually super jealous about the deal that he got, because it was one of the best deals I've ever seen, ever.
Oh yeah.
If you would have gave me a free car, that still wouldn't have been as good of a deal as you got, in my personal opinion. How has your experience with PC gaming gone?
Well, obviously, I started with games I already know how to play, so Fallout, obviously.
Can't believe you bought them all over again. But then again, I can't believe that you did it.
So, like, using the keyboard setup and all that, I figured instead of using, a controller plugin, I'm going to learn keyboard. That way, I can get the real experience.
It's so hard.
Honestly, I've not had that much of an issue.
You know why?
Why?
You got big hands.
I do.
You got big hands. Now,
sometimes I have to stretch out some of the controls so I know what I'm pushing right.
I struggle with keyboard and mouse really bad, so I thought it would be good to get this fucking thing.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm going to tell you, makes it worse. It makes it worse. Maybe not super, bad, but
I can't imagine a situation where that thing would make anything better.
It's actually
awful.
It's not that bad. It's actually not that bad. But the keys are a little further apart than a regular keyboard, and I realized that my hands are too small for it. But yeah, I'm actually really glad. Oh, what was that?
Well, it's like my main problem with like mouse and keyboard is like when a game will let you customize the controls, that's fine, that's great. But when it doesn't, like for example, like Oblivion, where it doesn't give you a choice but to use mouse and keyboard, and B, they just give it the weirdest button mapping.
Right.
See, that what pisses me off, because I don't want jump to be something random like the fucking L key.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And I'm just
I totally get that.
Thank you. You completely turned me off to the experience. Thanks, but no thanks.
Right, exactly. I gotta say something real fast. Christopher just said anyone stream Neo 2. Fuck that game. First of all, fuck that game. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. God damn it. I should have known better, but I did it, and fuck that game. Okay. I gotta ask all you PC gamers out there on the world, how do you get your pinky, okay, down to like the control button? Because my fingers don't work that way.
I mean, not that bad actually.
This pinky finger, it's not that bad. Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you what. Every time I go to hit it, I can get down as far as like maybe the middle of the shift.
You do this.
You do that.
It sounds like somebody who's not doing his pinky exercises, and frankly, I feel bad for you.
Every time I'm playing a PC game, I'm like, how do people pinky? I don't know how that fucking works. But I have to take my hand off, move it down a little bit to hit the button, and then when I go to put my hand back on the keys, I don't know where WASD is.
Yeah.
Or WASD. Whatever they want to call it.
WASD.
WASDaddy.
WASDaddy.
Exactly. I've been playing it as hard. Yes, it is hard. God damn it, it pisses me off, that fucking game. I'm gonna have a nightmare about it. Because you brought it up, Christopher. And it's all your fault. Alright. I'm getting winded here. Anybody got anything to say? Because I'll keep
Hey,
going.
lots of lube, Dave, and your pinky will go wherever you want.
Exactly.
Even some places you don't.
I don't know.
And some places you don't.
There's got to be gaming exercises that I could probably do to get my pinky to work right.
Hey, go get a brick and I'll help.
Go get a brick. You're just gonna smash it,
Yeah.
turn it down like this, and
Turn
then
it down.
tape it.
And then
when
tape it.
Yeah. When it,
I'll tape it to the control key. Better yet, I'll gorilla glue it to your control key.
Oh God.
You'll never have a problem reaching the control key ever again.
I'd have to pull the control key off, and it would just have a control key on my finger. So every time I did it,
Honestly, years of playing bass have taught my fingers to go places you reasonably wouldn't expect like a pinky to be able to go. So
Yeah.
my pinky is going where no man has ever gone before.
Fucking.
My pinky is going where no other pinky has ever gone before.
That's right. There's another game I've actually didn't know existed. Black Myth. Wukong is a new action adventure RPG. Gets a 13-minute gameplay trailer. I'm gonna have to look into that because I actually didn't
Yeah, I
even know
will
that
too.
was a thing.
I saw that, but I wasn't able to check out the trailer. So it
There's
looks
another one-
interesting enough.
There's another one called Unrailed, and it actually reminds me of that game that Jason helped me play. Remember Riverbond?
Oh my god, I love that game.
It's the funniest, simplest game. If anybody has children out there and you like to play games with your children, really good, simple, easy games, Riverbond is the funniest. Like, it's a hacker slash dungeon Minecraft type thing, and it's really funny. It is so funny. But Unrailed is coming out on Nintendo Switch, and I'm actually pretty interested in that because it looks exactly like Riverbond.
Ooh.
But definitely look up Riverbond. It's pretty awesome. Let me see. Nobody gives a
Definitely a
shit
Dave kind of game.
Oh, come on. I'm weird. I'm friggin' weird,
We know.
man. Come on.
I know.
I can't help but play indies. It's like it sucks me to it, and I've got no idea why. Absolutely no idea at all. So, you guys heard about that whole Fortnite and Apple debacle?
Oh yeah. There's this thing going on right now where on
Pretty big deal.
iOS they're not supporting Fortnite on mobile.
oh yeah, but that
Smart
also
move.
is a thing on Android too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they just took it down. Like they took it down like 12 hours after they removed it from the Apple Store.
Oh shit. Okay, so
Oh.
they're kind of.
Old news, guys.
And
No,
did you see Fortnite's response to that?
It really is old news. I mean, it's what, 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago? But I gotta tell you, that's a pretty big thing. I mean, Fortnite's, I mean, as much as we don't want to say it, Fortnite's pretty big. And that's an understatement.
Wait, what's Fortnite?
Exactly. I don't, dude. I've had to listen to a 13-year-old kid play it next to me for like 3 or 4 days straight.
I've experienced it. I got sucked into that. Not that
Right.
I tried it, but
I feel the same way Carrie does when she has to hear me play with all my friends in here, saying, "Oh, dude, no, oh, fuck you, asshole, blah 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 blah." But he's saying like, "Dude" and "Bro," like he's from New Jersey.
Dude, bro.
At the same time, and then they make up words.
Bro,
You know?
dude, guy, dude.
Not like, I don't know. What are you gonna do? But either way, I'm actually still shocked that that whole thing is happening between Fortnite, Apple, and Google. But I kind of hope that Apple and Google win this, and I'm pretty sure they will. Because guess what? It's their platform, and they can do
Yeah.
whatever the fuck they want. So we definitely won't get involved with that, though. What are you gonna do? Let's see. Nils. Christopher said, "Who got Marvel Avengers? I pre-ordered on PS4. I've got it. I think Kelly, are you getting it?
Yeah, I'm getting it. I'll probably
PC.
get it on PC.
Yeah, PC is where I got it, and Shane got it on PC. Same with Derail. That is a great game. It's actually, I actually really had a good time with it. Nils says he got it Avengers on PC, but my damn potato PC is too weak to play it. Yeah, I'm very sorry to hear that, dude. I don't even think you
Yeah.
could play it on low.
Tragic.
That's what she said. Whatever that was referring to, I'm sure it was pretty funny. I can't believe people still play that game. Yep.
Same though.
Yep, exactly. I don't understand it. I keep trying to get my nephew to play something else, but he just won't do it. He's like, "Oh, look what I'm doing." I'm watching his screen, and it's just a blur of walls. And it's just, you can't see anything. It's just going really, really fast. And I said, "What's the point of this?" And he goes, "I don't know. It's awesome." What's awesome about it? Well, I don't know.
But is it
Look how
though?
fast I can go. Yeah, but why?
Yeah.
Like, what's the outcome? Like, what happens when you get to the top of this building that he makes 55 million times, and then just falls down and then makes another one?
Maybe it's just one of those things like like Goat Simulator or Gary's Mod.
Right?
Like it's just you just do it to do it.
You just do it to do it.
No real
So-
point to
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Being 13 years old, he's actually hearing things from creators and influencers. I told him I was probably gonna up my internet to the 1 gig because I'm curious about it, the speeds and all that stuff. And he goes, "Oh, don't do that." I said, "Why?" He's like, "Because you're gonna get a bad ping." First of all, you're 13 years old. What do you know about ping? What do you know about any of that? He goes, "Well, I just know you're gonna get a bad ping." And I'm,
What,
I
where's
started,
your science behind it?
yeah, no, that's what. Dude.
Show your work, please.
Yes, yeah. Cite your sources, damn it. His sources what was he watching earlier? The Beast or something?
Oh, no.
Whoever the fuck that is. That the guy that did the explosion in his backyard with that foam shit?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
But anyway, it was just
He's
funny.
someone.
I learn a lot having I don't have children, as a lot of you guys know, except Jason. Jason's my child. But I've learned a lot having him here. And I think the biggest thing I've learned is that I don't want children. but I do
Because they'll
enjoy
play Fortnite.
I do, yeah. I don't want to have children because there's a possibility they will play Fortnite.
And
But I've
because
learned
of
a-
that possibility, it just
Yeah,
rules out.
I've learned a
ever
lot
wanting
from-
a kid.
From this kid, and it's I was looking back on myself when I was younger, and it was obviously it was different, but you only catch bits and pieces of information, kind of like we do now on Facebook, actually, you know. And he's only giving me pieces of information, but there's really no citing sources. He doesn't know why. He just knows someone said it, and that must be martial law.
Yeah.
And I kind of laugh at him. It's, you know, what are you gonna do though? It's enjoyable. I'm gonna send him up to Jason's house when he gets back.
No.
You want a kid for 2 days?
No, thanks. I got
I love the
People.
kid, but man, it's awful. He's been making these drinks. I gotta tell you guys about these drinks, and they're not great. I don't know who. I don't know if his father or his mother know that he's doing this. He gets these drinks from Dunkin' Donuts, like you know those refreshers that Dunkin' Donuts has. They have like these refreshers. It's a fruity drink, but he's pouring a Monster in it. Yeah, you heard me right. He buys these, and Carrie bought one for him. He bought one for me. The one I had today was like the strawberry thing, and it was fucking awful. but he buys these drinks and he puts Monster in it. So last night, about 9, I didn't drink all mine because it's awful. It's not even good for you anyway. And he says, "Hey, you gonna drink that?" Dude, it's like 9 o'clock. He goes, "Yeah, so? You're gonna be bouncing off the walls." It had the opposite effect. He downed the rest of it, which was like half this huge bottle. And then within about 45 minutes, he was passed out. He's just gone.
Yep.
So maybe sugar has a good effect on kids. Oh, shit. Anyway, what are you going to do? Anybody else got anything to say?
That's basically all the news we got
That's
this
basically
week.
Yeah,
all the
pretty
news
much.
we
It's
got.
kind of been a dead week in video game land.
It has been. And for some reason, I could talk all night, but maybe it's not necessary. Let's go over to chat real fast. Let's see. As much as we all hate Fort, how long do you think it will stay big? PUBG. How long was PUBG big? 3 years? How long has it been for Fortnite? I think it's only been about 3 years.
That sounds right.
I think by the end of this year, you're going to start seeing a decline. You're going to start seeing a real steep decline because there's a lot of battle royale games that are coming out that are going to replace this. They might not be as awful, and I'm hoping that's the case. For instance, Kelly and I actually might play this. I think it was Horizon 4 has a battle royale coming out. Now, I know I said battle royale, but it's going to be 60 cars basically playing tag.
Oh, that's cool.
I think that's cool. That's the type of battle royale that I can kind of get behind. You know, and I'm not really a battle royale kind of guy. I don't mind playing Plunder, which we still have to do with Boucher one of these days.
Yeah. Yep.
But the reality
told him
is
we'd do
that
that.
sounds cool. Playing tag with cars sounds awesome.
I want to do it with my steering wheel too.
Right, exactly. Your 7-year
why
Neil
not?
says his 7-year-old loves Roblox, which is better than Fortnite.
He wouldn't love it if he saw the videos that I've saw.
Nils, I'm not gonna lie, man. I thought Roblox was full of like creepy old dudes trying to hit on young children. I read a lot of stories, but you might want to keep an eye on your kid while he's playing.
Because
Christopher
Dave
says,
might be in there.
yeah, exactly. Christopher says, I drink G Fuel. He'll fall asleep a few hours later, no issues. Yeah, but I mean, you're not 13, right? Unless you are. I'm sorry. I don't know. I hear that caffeine and ADHD creates the opposite effect.
It does.
That could
It
be
actually
true.
does.
Yeah, that's crazy. We need a battle royale Twisted Metal. Yeah, someone said that the other day. Was it you,
I
Christopher?
agree. That'd be
I can't
amazing.
remember.
Oh yeah.
Twisted
Yep.
Metal is always awesome, but I think if they brought it to like a grand scale like that, I think that'd be pretty sick.
I think it would be too. All right, guys, it looks like we're running out of a little bit of steam here, so we're going to go ahead and take off. Thank you very much for hanging out and listening to me talk for 48 minutes. Jason, thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate that. You're always a joy to have around. And
Yeah,
you and
sometimes.
I have a date on stream one of these days for real.
Yes, we do.
For
Yes, we
real.
do. All right, Kelly, Tony, we'll see you guys later. Take care.
Later, guys.
See you later,
Later,
chat.
guys.
And yeah, don't forget to be nice to your neighbors.